Drive a car in real life, and once in a while, if you're not careful, you might bash a bumper on a bollard or curb an alloy. But in the movies, you can't seem to potter down the street without this happening. The barrel roll. It's a spectacular stunt. But how do they actually do it? How do they make it convincing? And how do they manage to do it without killing the actor? Well, we're going to find out. We've enlisted the help of our friendly neighbourhood stuntman Steve Trullier and expert stunt engineers Bickers Action to show us behind the scenes. I'm going to roll this car and hopefully be alive at the end of it.
The way we're going to do this gag today is we're going to make it look as though the artist, in this case Vicky, has done a rollover in the car. But she'll be perfectly safe, and I'm going to do the rollover.
Yes, this particular piece of movie trickery will actually use two identical Mondeos. Stuntman Steve drives one car during the actual rollover, while the other is fixed inside this massive gimbal. That enables us to film close-up shots of the movie star, me, rolling over without a hint of danger. Reassured everything was secure, I clambered inside for rehearsals. Oh, look what I found! 20p.
That's what I'm rattling around. We can hear something go.
That could have my eye out. I think I'm going to spew. But there's another 20p. God, boys are just chucking money at me.
Up already.
Please don't leave me hanging. Shake and bake. If I like it, do I need to pay you? Oh my word, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm going to be sick, I'm going to be sick, I'm going to be sick. Oh, this is really scary. I'm bracing my feet. I've got all my weight now on top of my head. There's money flying around. Oh, my word. Oh. Oh, great. We're on a tour. So the pressure on your chest and on your shoulders when you're upside down is quite incredible. I've got bits of goodness knows what. Oh, great. And we're doing a third one. That's not funny. I think I shut my eyes as well like a complete and utter wuss. One way to clean a car. Steve, so I've done my role, but I keep shutting my eyes and I'm a bit scared, so I don't know how on earth I'm supposed to act as well. What tips?
Well, just try and put yourself in the situation. Just imagine that your car is completely in a roll.
Yeah.
So you'd probably be, your head would be whipping about, I would imagine.
Very good,
You probably wouldn't be in a stable position. You might be all over the place. More importantly, going into it, if we're going to shoot some of the preamble, is the car's going to swerve slightly to the right and then to the left.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're going to do on the day.
On this rig, obviously the front tyres are locked and the steering's locked, so should I be just moving my hands?
Just pretend that will still work. It will still give the impression that you're doing
Sure.
that.
Next, I acted out the shots that will be used in our finished movie sequence. And with my Oscar securely in the bag, we headed for Mondeo number 2, the car that Steve will roll over for real. Shaken but not stirred. Right then, Steve, this is our Mondeo.
Yeah.
Our beast for the day. Talk me through it, please.
Okay. This car's rigged for the cannon turnover, and that's the cannon in there. It's a big compressed gas cylinder.
It looks something out of the olden days.
Yes, a cylinder that they put compressed nitrogen in, and when we press the button that's on the handbrake, it'll release a valve and fire a piston into the ground and flip this car over, push it up into the air.
Good grief. And what speed will you be doing, do you reckon, when that
60.
happens? 60 miles an hour?
Yeah, so we'll get some nice turns in.
Yeah, how big's the piston? What?
The piston's quite huge, it's underneath.
Right, and that will punch into the ground.
Punch into the ground and throw the car and me over, so I'll be really well strapped in.
And what will you be doing at the moment of impact?
Well, what I've really got to do is try and get the car sideways as possible, but still maintain some forward speed. So I may pull it to the side and just a little touch of handbrake to get the car sliding first, and just at that point fire it. It's just going to be very, very aggressive when it happens. Sometimes the cars go slightly end on end, sometimes they flip in the air and they'll turn a couple of times before they hit the ground, and you don't know which way they're going to hit, so you can quite a lot of deceleration. You can get quite battered and shaken up.
Gosh, this is quite serious, isn't it?
It's very serious.
So on a rating of 1 to 10, what are you going to give this stunt?
10, definitely, yeah. This is as big as a car stunt gets, pretty much, yeah. Especially one that's potentially life-threatening always makes you nervous. I wouldn't believe any stuntman that told you that they weren't nervous before a stunt, so I'll probably be quite nervous, and the adrenaline will be pumping, and hopefully I'll control that and do what I have to do when I have to do it, and that's really the skill, controlling it.
The effects team filled the high-pressure cannon that would launch the car into the roll. Final preparations were made.
I'm hoping to get as many rolls as possible. It's a question of getting it right. It's not an exact science. If it all comes together, it would be nice to get 4 rolls. That's what I'd like. We're ready to go.
We looked on nervously. It was all down to Steve now. Was more violent than anyone had expected. We looked to Steve for any signs of life.
Whoa, what a ride! Whoa, that hurt! My God, that shook me up. I got stars in my eyes. The cameras all over the place. Woohoo!
How you doing?
That is the mother of all fairground rides.
No.
Woohoo!
What was it like when it first went
Oh,
over?
do you know what? I went airborne. I felt that I was airborne and then hit the first. It hurt quite a lot, just being bashed against the seat. The speed was exactly what we planned. I was exactly on 65. It just went great. It just felt absolutely right. Fantastic! You don't know if you're end over end or anything.
And do you know what you did with your hands at all?
I have no idea. I told you I wouldn't, didn't I?
Exactly.
You just don't know, yeah. It was just, that was the best program ride ever. Really good.
Well, it looked fantastic from the outside. Yay! Filming was over. Here's how it looks when it's all edited together. So it wasn't an Aston Martin and it wasn't Casino Royale, but I reckon Steve's bruises were well worth it.
Fantastic! Oh, what a